Hey, how's it going, everyone? So today I'm going to be talking about how we were able to achieve around 12 to 15 customers per month, right, on average. Some month we got a little bit more customers for these salons. Some month was around that, right, 12 to 15. So that has been the average, right? So there are key principles that we need to go before we even start marketing and running ads. So today I'm gonna go through the whole breakdown on what we follow, the exact step by step. I'm not hiding nothing from you guys. This is literally the blueprint that we work with and that we look at before working with any client, right? So I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna go straight into it and let's go. So how we get salon owners 12 to 15 clients per month guaranteed. Now, like I mentioned, this is the average. That's why I said 12 to 15. So before we even work with clients, there are qualifications that we need to meet on both ends, right? If it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense. Because not everyone, it's a fit, right? So the first phase is more of a research and development phase where I check if they are able to succeed based on their customer reviews, their employee satisfaction, and how are they servicing their client, right? Because if you have the right systems in place, then there should be no reason that why you're not succeeding organically, right? Because I met salons that they're making good amount just based off of referrals and they're great, right? Now imagine they do paid ads, then they're set for life, right? So the foundations need to be set first in order to market anything, right? Now, like I mentioned, not everyone is our ideal customer. Some clients, they are a big headache and it's not worth onboarding them, right? So in some cases, we choose to work with only a few salons per area. We do med spas as well and a couple other beauty spas. It just depends, like I mentioned. And the big thing that we always emphasize is this word, guaranteed, right? And the reason why we emphasize this word is because we see so many different marketing agencies giving out crazy guarantees like, hey, 100 customers per month guaranteed or you don't pay. Yeah, so I see a lot of agencies are doing these crazy offers where they can't even commit to, right? And the reason why they do this offer is for them to make you hop on a call. But when they hop on a call with you, they're like, hey, you need to be having this, you need to be spending 100K a month, etc. It's like, it's unreasonable, right? So that's why we focus on a good amount where it's not like when they get those clients and when they work with us, they're unprofitable. We make sure that you guys will be profitable, right? And the way we do that is first we focus on an organic phase, which is around 2 to 3 weeks, right? And what we do there is we look at your business and we see where are the biggest bottlenecks, right? So we see, hey, do you got this set up? Do you got that set up? So we look at that before we even make our first ad, which is honestly the smartest thing to do. And the way we do that is by looking at our system, right? So this is a system we use to help multiple salons in the East Coast and a few beauty spas as well. The reason why it's 12 to 15 and not 50, because our goal as a business is not to win in business, right? It's to stay in business. So the way how our system works, and I'm not saying we're the only business that are doing that, but I haven't seen anyone yet in my eyes. So we focus on a organic strategy where we first make a few posts for you on organic. And the reason why we do that, right, is organic, I look at it as nurturing the client, right? Let's say I go to a salon, I get my haircut done. They said, hey, follow me on Instagram. Now I'm on Instagram constantly, right? I'm just scrolling through, I see their post, nice one. I'm like, scroll through, nice. My friend's like, hey, I'm about to get a haircut. Where should I go? I'm like, oh, I know a good spot. Boom, I see their Instagram, right? So organic is more of a nurturing tool, right? Which brings in clients, right? It's kind of like a lead gen tool as well, but it's not paid ads, right? because you're not paying for leads that are 100% coming to you. It's just a 50-50, but it works 100% organically. So we post on organically, and then from there, based on the people that have viewed your story, your Instagram, we get a good amount of following off your Instagram. And then what we do is we run ads to those customers that are already engaged to your organic, right? So once because now they know you have a good following, they know that. And now if you just put a nice offer, you'll convert, right? You'll 100% convert. There's no if and buts. The relationship is built, the communication is there, they're seeing your place either on Google, either that their friend told them, and then you put a nice offer. They're gonna buy, right? They're gonna buy. The reason why I know it works because I have a hair salon as well, as located in New Jersey. It's a family salon. So now if I take my salon customer list and I run ads, right, to a beauty spa for makeup artists, those people are gonna convert because they are the similar people that are interested in either their self-care, their that. So then what we do is we pair it up with interest audience. So this is interest audience, and the way how that works is Facebook looks at what other people are going to that are also interested in your business, right? Another good example is, let's say I'm a milkshake company, like a protein milkshake. I make protein milkshakes, right? Now I'm gonna do an interest audience on people that go to the gym nearby, right? So now they know, oh, this is a near place. I go right next to it. They see a nice offer, they're gonna buy in. And now they're a regular customer. Now they refer people. So that's the power of paid ads, because you get the flexibility of those Facebook tools, lookalike audience, interest audience. There's so many other tools that actually work. Then once we get our client, right, we go into research and we see if we could run their ads right now, right? So once the qualification has been met, let's say we see they're a good fit, their systems are in the right place, they're getting good reviews, they're getting referrals constantly, because we see their numbers, right? Like their key metrics, retention rate, customer and employees. So there's different factors that we look at. And then what we do is we go through their buying process. Let's say if they have a product, we go through it, be like, hey, let's buy it. And then we see how they package it, how they offer it. So we actually go through the process as a customer, and then we see where they're lacking and where they're not lacking in. So by looking at these key metrics, we can actually implement those changes, those minor changes that could just improve the business just organically. You might need to pay a little bit less. Say your employees are not that trained. We're like, hey, train them on your core offer. Let's say it's extensions, right? And you make the most money out of that. You spend about, let's say each customer brings $1,000 for extensions, because I know extensions is a high ticket service. So we could be like, you hire someone that could train them. You get 5 customers for a hair extension, it's paid off, right? And then the rest is all profits. That's how business works. You lose money on the front end, you make money on the back end. That's how business works. And we do that because we don't want to burn your money, right? Then from those changes, then we start to strategize everything at a low cost and still add value. And for your information, it's your responsibility to take that action, right? Let's say you have an employee that they're not that dedicated, right? And they don't want to educate themselves, fire them, right? Why you still have them? They don't have anything against you, right? Because you need to be doing these trainings so you could actually make more money. It's a win-win. They learn, you win, they make more money, and you make more money. Everything in business is a win-win. It's not like one person wins, the other person loses. Business is a game for both players. And if you're someone that doesn't have enough time, because like I mentioned, we do all this stuff done for you. And if you visit our website, hairlaunchinc.com, you could book a call and you could see what we actually do, and we could see if you're even a fit, right? Because if you are, then we could help. But let's say if you're like, hey, I want to do everything by myself, then you have all this information. You could go on my YouTube, Instagram. I have tons of information. We also offer a done with you program, which is a little bit cheaper. So not only you win by making money, but you also learn, right? And then future, what you could do is you could bring everything in-house. So instead of outsourcing it to an agency, you're like, hey, I don't want to do agency. I want to have my own employees, my own marketing team, my own that. Then you could bring it in-house, which is honestly the best thing to do. But if you're a small salon, I don't recommend it because you need to hire them, salary, and then it's all a headache. But the agency is more of a month-to-month thing, right? It's like you have Wi-Fi, right? If you don't want Wi-Fi, you cut it off. So that's how I look at it. So in business marketing, right? So there are 4 stages for actually being successful in your own space. And the first one is you look at market trends. Because something that worked out in 2011 is not going to work out in 2024, right? Because in 2012, around that era, you could have put an ad for $3 and you could have made double what you had put out. Rather now, you need to do a whole funnel. You need to have a good lead magnet, a good offer. We call it an irresistible offer where the customer can't say no, right? So we have all the offers that it takes to actually promote your business. And then that way you can make that customer your own. So that way you can make that customer a regular customer and have them do marketing for you by word of mouth. Because that still works. Word of mouth is the biggest marketing thing out there because people will trust someone that they know to refer them business rather they see something online, be like, oh, should I try it or not? But then their friend says it, they're like, oh, nah. If my friend did it, I'm gonna do it too now. Then is market segmentation, where we see which services and your competitors, meaning how they're charging prices, because you could have been charging something that been really low and you're like, okay, I'm just keep charging it because it worked for the past 5, 10 years. No, it's higher prices now. Everything's going up. So you need to be looking at all these different things. Product market fit. Does your product even belong in there? Like newspapers are not really, I mean, some old people do like to read newspapers, but nowadays they have blogs, free newspapers on your phone. So you need to be looking at all those stuff. And then last but not least, market strategy, right? You can't just close your eyes and then run an ad. You need to run an ad, right? Have multiple ad copies, have multiple ad creatives. You run it for 7 days, spend a good amount, and then you see their metrics, cost per acquisition, cost per click. And Facebook has everything that you need to know regarding these data metrics. Yeah, so these are the metrics that we look at for marketing. We look at demographics. Are there more Asians? Because let's say if you're in a Chinese community, right, and 90% of them are Chinese, make an ad that's in Chinese. Like that will blow up, right? The next thing is location, right? Are you in a city? Are you suburban? How far are these customers willing to travel to you? Because if it's suburban, they might be willing to go 10 miles because things are far, right? Rather city, they don't want to go no more than a mile. Like in New York City, and you're living in an apartment, there's a salon across the street, but there's another salon a mile away. I'm not going a mile away. I'd rather go to this salon right there. Obviously, if their service is good, right? And then we need to look at employee compensation structure. How are they getting paid? Are they even motivated to serve these clients, right? So after employee compensation structure, then is pricing structure, right? Because let's say if I see a barbershop that's $10 a cut, I might be like, oh, that's a good deal, but is it really worth it to going there and then the cut is not that good? I spend an hour there, then I probably need to go to another barbershop and spend another $30 or $50. So it's not worth the hassle, right? So that's why pricing could play a good part. And the higher the price, in my opinion, the higher the value, right? When you go to a store, a clothing brand, you see something that's $200 a shirt and another shirt that's $20. You might think the $200 has a great brand because people want to be viewed as high value, right? So that's why. Then after pricing structure is service quality, right? Now it's not just come in, get our haircut, you're satisfied, we happy, you happy. It's not like that, right? Service could go from them calling you to see, hey, can I book an appointment? Let's say you're super nice, you're all that. Then when you come in, how are you being treated, right? Are you being offered coffee, water, you know? And let's say if you come late and they're like, oh, we're not taking you, that's bad service. Like, I'm not going to a place where I came all the way, even if it's like 20 minutes or even a 10-minute walk. It doesn't matter. I walked in and they're like, they're not taking me, you know? So you need to be looking at all those factors. The next is website, making sure it looks professional because this is the first image that they see other than coming inside the salon, right? So that needs to be on good point. Make sure you have good SEO. So when someone searches up salon in Florida or in Miami, Florida, right? Your salon should be coming up number one. So you need to be focusing on SEO as well. Make sure you're tracking your numbers. That's the main thing because if you're not tracking nothing, then none of this stuff matters, right? None of this stuff really matters. How long have you been in business? If it's 6 years or if it's 6 months. If it's 6 months, you're still a baby, right? It's fine if you're losing money. Don't be like, oh, I'm losing money. I want to hire another person to help me out. Like, we can't really do that much other than bringing leads. But if we bring leads, can you handle them? Do you have a good infrastructure to build that clientele, right? And being able to service them properly. Then is running ads, and then we look at what worked, what didn't work. So it's a whole strategy that we look at, not just click one button, publish ad, and boom. It doesn't work like that. So this marketing section should be the one that you guys should be taking good notes on because this is the strategy that we work with all our salons and beauty spas. Like this is the golden thing that you guys should be looking at right now. So after all the review, once they're ready to run their ads, we first put them in a phase, right? Like I mentioned, is more of a nurturing phase where the first 5 days to 14 days, we put them in a branding type of ad, right? It's called engagement ad or awareness ad. You could do either both. So what we do is we max out 5 miles around the area, around your salon, and we build an interest audience where your ideal customer is already going to, right? For example, they already go to a nail salon and you're a hair salon. So we already target people that are looking to buy and they want to have a good service or, you know, they're interested in beauty, their self-care and all that. So once we do that for 14 days, and what Facebook does, it tracks all the people that have viewed it for 5 seconds, 14 seconds, or even the whole video, right? Depends on how much your video is. And then we take that data and then we put it into a different ad, and that ad is a lead gen ad. And that's when we collect their emails, their numbers, and then we book an appointment with a nice offer. And the one question I ask my clients is, if you're willing to do this and actually focus on a little bit branding, doing all that, because branding plays a big part, right? Like we can help you bring leads, right? And without branding, but that means you need to always rely on leads, always, always, always. But if you work on posting organically and you focus on lead gen, after a while, you don't even need to run ads because you're getting so many customers all organically. So what's the point? And I tell my clients this one thing: if you were guaranteed to make $10 million in 5 years, but not see the outcome of the work, will you do it? They all say, yes, I'm gonna do it. I don't care about the money and all that. But their action is not showing it, right? They spend 1 hour on their social media, they go on their phone, then they do 1 hour work and all that. Is unbalanced, right? Rather taking 4 hours locked in, phone away, just making straight content, promoting their business and doing whatever it takes to get their business in front of eyeballs. So here's my marketing strategy. I mentioned it above, but here I'm going to go into a little bit more tactical things. So I like to call it the Fortune 500 strategy. That's what the big companies focus on. So first thing is we focus on a high ticket service, right? Because what is the point of you running an ad to something that's $10, right? It's no point. I mean, you can make money, but you focus on a higher ticket service where you get the most money out of your buck, right? After we get our high ticket service, then is offers, right? We look at marketing trends and what offers are being made in your industry in the same exact time. Then it's creatives, right? Because a creative that's an 8 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10, it's 5 times more the work, more editing, more recording, instead of you making an ad that takes 3 tries. The ad that's 10 out of 10, it probably took 15 tries, right? 20 tries. So it's volume, volume, volume. So volume negates luck, right? That's my favorite quote. Then is hooks. So hooks could be anything that literally you're scrolling through social media and it stops the audience and they're like, okay, I need to see this thing, right? It could be something you're saying. It can be an attractive person. It can be the sound. It can be anything, right? But it needs to be something that catches the audience. It can even be calling out your ideal audience, right? For example, let's say if you're working with moms in Staten Island, you're like, hey, moms in Staten Island, or beautiful moms in Staten Island, they're already gonna stop and see that ad and then like, okay, this is for me, like this is for me and all of that. So these are good hooks that you guys could use. Then it's framing, right? So what is something that once you put the hook, why should it stay from watching it for 5 seconds to a minute? So you need to frame it, right? For example, you're like, if you stay till the end, you'll learn this one thing that will change your life. That's framing it. Then is stories. People love to hear other people's stories. Then is list, fun facts, 5 tips to optimize your health, right? Then is step. These are the exact steps that took me from making $0 to 50K per month profitable. You're gonna watch that video, right? And these things, hooks, retains, and reward, they all are both goes with organic and paid. It doesn't matter. Content is content. Organic is posting a video, but you're not paying nothing. Paid, you're putting out a video, but you gotta pay it to get your video in front of other people's eyeballs. That's all, right? Then is reward. After they see your video, what are they getting rewarded with? Is there knowledge? Is there you giving them a free template? Is there free something that they could actually be on your customer list? So now you could actually have their email, you could target them. A good lead magnet is my favorite one. And having a clean CTA, call to action. Don't make it too complicated. Be like, hey, do this, do that, do that. Say, hey, comment the word book, and what I'll do, I'll send you a video showing step by step. Simple. And to put all this in a big nutshell, these are the 4 phases of marketing strategy. So you have the design, where you craft out problem statements. You look at, there's a whole researching part, and then you have develop, where you come up with the ideas. Then is crafting out your calendar, scheduling it, monitoring it, and the last is decode, which is looking at your KPIs, seeing if I should shut this ad, if I should not shut this ad. So that's the whole framework. This framework is the blueprint to making content, like I mentioned, ads, organic, long form writing, video, anything you can imagine that you could put something in front of other people. Doesn't matter. Pretty much this stuff, it works with all type of things: email, newsletter, website copy, case studies, videos, all that. It goes into hooks, retain, reward, all of it. And pretty much that's what we did at Hero Launch, right? We were able to set ourselves apart from other agencies and not bring those unqualified leads, which they don't care about, right? They just want to make money, right? These business owners. And you're probably thinking now, okay, I know how to make good ad content. I know how to do organic, but how much should I spend? How long I should run those ads for? And how many ads should I put out? Honestly, volume, volume. I always say this. So how much should I spend? I think $60 to $100, that's ideal. How long I should run it for? I say around 10 days. And how many ads I should put out? I say around 10 to 15. The more the better, because it gives Facebook more room to work with. Now, how to make an effective lead ad. So advertising has changed in just a couple years. Like I mentioned before, in 2015, you put an ad out versus now it's completely different. Now you gotta actually give a free house, right? No, I'm just kidding. But that, I mean, you get my concept, right? You need to give us something in exchange for their info in order to get their information where you could actually put them in your funnel and give them more value. And then you pretty much you give till they ask, right? And a good way to put in numbers is, let's say it costs you $20 to acquire a lead. You're minus 20 right now because you didn't make no money off them. Just get their info. You get their info, you send them email, YouTube content, you nurture them through all those platforms. Once you nurture them, you be like in a week, hey, hop on this webinar to reveal the 3 exact steps that we have not revealed yet to 10 times your business. Boom. You reveal the exact same steps. You actually give them true value. At the end, before the call, you tell them, hey, my goal at the end of the call is to have you make a decision, either to work with us or either not. That's my goal. If you could say a yes or no, I'm happy, right? You give them true value, why you guys are the fit. You sell them, and that's how you get those tremendous ROAS. ROAS are return on ad spent. So instead of getting it 3 to 1, now you're getting 30 to 1, right? You could charge 10x, right? So that's how it works, right? And you need to increase your price, and then they will come. Because higher pricing, honestly, it means high status, and you're better than your competitor. So why not increase your price, right? Simple. So now I want to go into my ad format, what we actually do to make those ads. So first step is we put around 10 to 15 creatives. I told you before, around that many, to find winners faster and get Facebook more room to work with. Then we do an engagement ad. We don't sell, we just give them call to actions to head out to our website, give free lead magnets, come to our wait list for any event. The next set of ads, which will be the next 14 to 30 days, where we do a scarcity. We put some scarcity, urgency. We do a lead ad where now they're into your business. They've seen your content before. They want to make a decision, but now you put a crazy offer that they can't say no. And that's how you get those leads. And you can either send them to your Instagram, do a nice call to action in your bio, and then put like tons of stories. So before you even run the ad, make sure you have like 40, 50 stories if you're gonna run it for a couple weeks. And then you just put those stories. Those stories should be ones that are converting money, right? Not just, hey, I'm in this place, this place. You could do that, but mainly it should be focusing on giving true value, free value, and who you actually are. Don't make it confusing. Don't make it confusing for them to not work with you, right? So just make it basic. Just be authentic. That's my whole thing. Be authentic. In conclusion, this is our exact framework that we use. I'm not hiding anything. This is the exact same thing we do. We focus on branding. Why branding? Because look at The Rock, right? He sold, look at The Rock, right? He have a tequila brand that's over $3.5 billion. Look at Kim. She has her brand, her skincare brand, Skims, is worth $4 billion. How? Because our brand, right? The Rock has been in WrestleMania, been in all those different type of things, been in movies, Fast and Furious, now has a tequila brand, and he's doing everything, right? And the whole concept of me telling you this is I'm not saying, or you're The Rock, you can't do this, or you should be The Rock, you know what I mean? Or you're a Kim. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it takes time, longevity. Like Kim Kardashian, she's been in the business forever. Like when she was what, 13, 12, 11 even? I don't even know. But it was super young. So don't be afraid to put tons of time, tons of value into your business, and then you wait 6 months, nothing happened. You're just a baby, like I mentioned, right? You just need to focus on this. Volume negates luck. So compare your outputs by how much are your inputs. If you're putting out 100 pieces of content, you should be getting a good amount of attraction to your salon, right? Come on. And you need to be looking at these questions. You need to write this question right now. So how many videos are you posting? 1 or 10 a day? How long it took you to plan it? 30 minutes or took you 4 hours of deep work to make that content, that script? How many tries did you do to make that content? Did it take you 1 try, 3 tries, or it took you 30 to make it perfect, right? So this is what separates someone from being a 6 to being a 9 out of 10. That volume, volume, volume. Now, if you're someone who needs guiding for the exact situation, we can do it together. If you have other responsibilities, and if you have other responsibilities where you can't, right? Then you need to invest in yourself by capital. We might not be the right fit for you, right? So I'm not saying to give us your money, right? I'm saying to invest in yourself. Look at all these free courses online, YouTube, my content, other people in your industry. Look at what they're doing, right? And then also I'm gonna be start doing a video every day on YouTube, just giving straight value, right? I'm not hiding nothing, no fluff. This is the exact same thing that I'm doing, and I'm literally just putting it on a YouTube video. So be sure to subscribe, share to a friend, because at the end of the day, if you can help out one person, you did your job, right? Just keep giving, giving, giving till they ask. Not till you ask, till they ask.